Hello, and welcome to the Rag Company podcast. My name is, of course, the Master of Shine, Levi Gates, and with me, as always, my compatriot, my partner in crime, the man, the myth, not quite a legend yet, Mr. Anthony Fisher, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, Levi. That was quite the intro. Now, you guys might notice that to my right, there's somebody that is missing.
No, I'm right here.
No, somebody to your left.
You're right there.
The person is between your left and my right.
Oh, our middle friend.
Dane Hennon, unfortunately has been lost in the ether again.
I keep telling him to stop sticking his hands into these smashed. He sees these two rocks, right? Mm-hmm. Look like pillars. Mm-hmm. He's been wandering around in the foothills up by his new house. Yep. That's what he told us. He goes, hey, I'm going to go check out my property and see the neighborhood and just kind of get the lay of the land. Yeah. And I said, there's a lot of sandstone up there. Yeah. Don't stick your hand in holes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happened.
Well, it was one of those things where he saw a little bit of like static electricity. He saw like some blue aura. And I said, Dane, don't you put your hand.
Oh, you were there.
Don't you put your hand in that hole. And he's like, well, I just want to see what it does. And so
like we all do.
He was sucked away in like kind of a Jumanji situation, pulled into the ether. We haven't seen him since.
Gosh, has anybody checked a crystal ball?
So I haven't checked the crystal ball.
It's sitting on my desk.
But Levi, that was a different situation. I mean, that ball chose him. You know, he got sucked into that ball for a reason.
I would just think it was swirling ether, perhaps. Same kind of thing. I don't know where this stuff ends up. I'm not a big fan. I don't know a lot about trans something mutilation, whatever that is, where it's like a transference of energy into some sort of gel-like substance.
Well, I hear that if you look closely at the Northern Lights, you can actually see what looks like a resemblance of Dane's head.
Oh,
so
he's okay.
It's one of those things.
Quite a ways.
I mean that's pretty much where we're at. So with that said, welcome to another Rag Company podcast main show, where we are here to talk about our weekends, talk a little bit about what's going on at the Rag Company, talk about new and exciting detailing things every once in a while, and then also just have a good time, right? Crack some jokes, right? Yeah. Create the lore that the Rag Company podcast is
famous for.
Yes.
So getting started real quick, just so everyone's aware, tomorrow's live technical extravaganza that we normally do, like you see on Wednesdays, we're going to cancel that for this week and next week, just because it's the holidays. You guys got stuff you got to do. We don't want to take up your time. So thank you for tuning in for today. And then thank you for those of you who tune in on Thursday. Yeah. Very exciting. We're going to be having our Christmas show, so to speak, like we do. Just maybe a couple pop-ins. Maybe we'll have some friends visit, things like that. Should be pretty nice. But I want to get... First and foremost, we are running out of time. Thursday, we are going to be announcing the winners of the Brooks giveaway, meaning you have to, or give to get giveaway. That's what it's called. I got it all messed up there. Anthony, what do they got to do?
So they got to do a lot of things, right? They got to go onto the Rag Company Facebook discussion group, right?
Yeah. Or actually, I posted the link in the comments here.
And you need to click onto that form, right? And you need to show that you have either donated in some shape or form, whether it is maybe it's a gift, maybe it's a dollar amount to some form of charity or cause, right? That benefits the greater good, right?
Correct.
And so, I mean, and that can show up in a number of ways.
Dane's been cleaning up his house. Yeah. If he's donating some of those items, all he needs to do is get a receipt. Maybe he's taking it to the Goodwill. Maybe he's taking it to the Salvation Army. Maybe he's taking it to the St. Vincent de Paul Society. Yeah. All he has to do is get a receipt for the goods donated. Yeah. And upload it to that Google Doc.
I agree. So I want to know. I want to note something really quick.
So you got to do that. Give us your stuff, and then we'll get you logged in for the giveaway.
It smells heavenly inside here.
You like that?
What does that smell come from?
Well, there's a little bit of potpourri.
Okay.
But then there's also a little bit of oud.
Ooh.
Sprayed a little of the Febreze wood fragrance in here.
Where is that potpourri actually at?
It was a little plate. It was sitting right here for like the longest time.
I think
Did somebody take our plate of potpourri?
I think somebody... Oh my gosh.
Stuff's expensive.
Stuff is
That
expensive.
was probably $30 worth of potpourri he just
It was. I know that's the most expensive potpourri that you cannot
You can't buy.
Yeah. Nick on the background. That's stupid. Anyway, so going back into what's going on at the rag company, a little bit of housekeeping. So this week, right, we do have something exciting starting. I think it's on Sunday, right? Because we have Christmas this Saturday.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know. It's nuts.
Christmas.
Right? Yeah.
Christmas is here.
I know.
2021, 2020, the year that didn't exist. 2021, the year that has passed by pretty fast.
Yeah. We're going to be entering into 2022.
That is scary, right?
Crazy.
That's crazy. And so, anyway, this Sunday we do plan on having some sort of. It's fun. It's an exciting kind of sale. Let's just say, if you didn't get what you wanted, here's your chance to hopefully make up for that. Then the rest of the week that we have going on. So if you guys haven't seen, we did a live video yesterday on Instagram just for a little bit, kind of a little hangout session, talking with Levi, seeing what he was doing.
Yeah.
And he was using a tool, a new little tool.
I was.
A new colored tool.
The VLB brush is in TRC blue, baby.
It is. So the VLB brush, which is the vinyl leather brush is yellow. Well, it was yellow at one point, which is great for leather. It's great for vinyl. It's great for... That's literally what VLB stands for, right?
Yeah, vinyl leather.
Vinyl leather. But what we like it for is anything plastic-based around, if you're cleaning up interior plastics that have a lot of buildup on them, or you're cleaning up leather that just you can't seem to penetrate deep enough with another brush, the VLB is a very good brush for that. We find it really gets into the nooks and crannies of all those little,
it gets into everything.
Those grains.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember the first time I used it, there was a guy came up to my shop. He's a distributor.
Yeah.
He's from another town. Drove all the way to Boise, Idaho to try and sell me some chemicals.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to clean a leather seat for you. I said, well, I got this Escalade over here.
Yeah.
Now, you recall how fast I cleaned the seat yesterday in Jeff's Denali.
Yeah, pretty fast.
Quickly. He spent 2 hours using probably 5 of his different products, different brushes, trying to clean a leather seat on an Escalade at my shop.
Yeah.
I walked out there with a little bit of O&R and a VLB brush. Sprayed the O&R on the brush, scrubbed the seat, wiped it clean, and said, that took me all of 5 minutes. And he goes, what kind of brush is that?
Yeah.
So it's a VLB. He goes, I'm going to have to get me some of those.
Yeah.
So that little brush works wonders. I did it in less than 5 minutes while he spent almost an hour. Not a very good salesman, if you think about it. That doesn't really work, so...
Not really. So, VLB brush is new, right? What else is new with your rag company? The new gallon of Dream Maker, right?
Oh,
now get a gallon of
stuff.
Dream Maker. An entire gallon. What are you going to do that much Dream Maker, right?
Hopefully fill up your Dream Maker bottles that are now empty because you've been using it so much.
So, gallon of Dream Maker is now available, along with, we still have active foam left and we still have super foam left. I know we don't have a lot. I want to say it's like... We're in the single digits of what we have left there. So if you haven't given those a shot yet, you should, right? Active foam, I poured some into the foamer the other day, and the scent chills down my spine.
It just is that powerful for you.
It is that powerful for me to where, like I said, it sent chills down my spine. And I was sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, like this is, I feel like I am in sandalwood. Ooh. I am inside of it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like how Dane is in an ether, right?
Right.
It's like I'm a piece of wood.
Well, Dane's able to smell colors at the moment.
Is he?
Yeah. So I could see that with the sandalwood scent. You'd feel that energy pulsating.
So, all right. Well, let's just go ahead and jump straight into some weekend fun. Since Dane, apparently Dane. Okay, so if I can, I'll give an update for Dane if I can. From what we know, things have progressed with his house.
Yeah.
With his house situation. So at this point in time, I don't want to jinx it, but I think it is close to a done deal. I'll leave that for him to say. But that has progressed, and right now he is in the situation where he needs to start probably packing up.
Yeah, that's literally what he says. He says, on the upside, I'm powering through the coughs and sniffles to get a ton done cleaning up and pulling apart my house. And then, of course, Grant Hawtrey saying Dane pulling out the gold bars from the walls of his current place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably a good time for Dane to kind of be home.
Yeah.
Be able to get a little, have that time to be able to get that. He says he's like 90% of the way now. So,
But no jinx on his new house. So yeah, so we're not trying
very
to
nice, very nice.
We don't want to jinx it, but let's just say there has been progression there. But we don't know if there's been any progression on the sale of his truck. But maybe if he can chime in and leave us.
We don't
know,
that.
Or
we don't know about that. You're right. We don't know.
Because I think he had mentioned that he had received some type of deposit, right, to hopefully know that this new buyer was serious.
Yeah.
And but regardless, he's keeping that deposit, whether he wants it or not. So hopefully Dane makes out like a bandit.
I hope so too.
And we'll
nice
find out.
that
Maybe
done.
he'll chime in and let us know how things are going with the truck situation. But Levi, he says it's very close.
All right. Says
very
there
close.
Has. Very close.
Okay.
So, if getting right into it, guys, my weekend, nice, easy, simple weekend. Not a whole lot going on. I didn't have a car. I got a car canceled on me. Right?
Yeah, you said that.
And I was very disappointed because it was a very expensive job. So
Money
would have
in your
been nice.
pocket.
Would have been nice to have that
Before
money
the holiday season.
especially before the holiday season.
Oh,
It's
the
a nice
holiday
feeling to have that kind of cash in hand.
Yeah.
And,
There's something about walking into your house, right?
Right.
Going up to your wife, right?
Yeah.
Throwing down a stack.
Envelope full
and,
cash.
and saying, "Hey,
Get yourself something nice.
get yourself something nice."
pay some bills,
right?
one of
And
the
then
two.
she blushes and she wipes her hair away from her forehead and she goes,
Exactly
"For me."
exactly
And you're
like that.
For you.
Yeah. So that canceled. So that dream is not happening.
Okay.
So they wrote me. I texted them and said, "Hey, hadn't heard anything." They said, "Hey, we're going to do it after the holidays. Just too busy." And I was like, "Okay, understand." I mean, they'll make it up to me. It's not a big deal. So I thought, perfect weekend to teach myself a new skill. No car on the docket. MOSHQ empty, ready to rock and roll. So, Camry. I installed a coating on it.
Okay.
Prototype coating, ladies and gentlemen. Put that on there, right?
Yeah.
Last week. First wash job on the of this coating. Washing it with a prototype wash. Truly stellar results. I sent a video to you in the group. Really impressed. Cleaned the car up, looking great. Then I thought, it's almost too easy.
Yeah.
The red truck has not been washed since Halloween.
Yeah.
Bring the red truck in. Wash the red truck. Get it all cleaned up. Looking great. This is where the new skill comes in. I have a 60-inch roll of window tint. And you know me. I'm always in for the latest and greatest, in for the next big thing, into, to win it.
Yeah, you're
And-
in it to win it.
In it to win it. And I'm looking at it and I go, I need to create some sort of new skill set for myself. I love figuring out new things. My 40th birthday 2 years ago, I took the Color Lock leather training class. Give myself something to do, learn about how to repair fine leather.
Yeah.
So this year took the Avery Dennison vinyl, intermediate vinyl class, color change class.
Yeah.
Give myself another skill. So I thought, man, I've been reading all these things on Tint School.
Online
tint school.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to talk Anthony into it. And Anthony, for some reason, he just seems to not want to do it.
It's not that I don't want to do it. It's that tinting it's not pretty.
There's nothing glamorous about
There's
it.
nothing glamorous about it. And I've seen several
But
tint
you can
jobs
make
done.
up to $1,000 a day, Anthony. That's what they say on their advertising.
I don't doubt that. I really think that you probably can make some pretty good money tinting. I just think that in general, what I have gone through with my own tint endeavors, right, with removing old tint and trying to apply new tint, right, or at least filming or watching friends, do tint stuff, I just don't like it.
It doesn't speak to you.
It doesn't speak to me like at all. And then also the other thing too, I am the worst with a razor. I'm the worst person with a razor blade I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I think
Like
I would say a paintbrush.
No, like
but-
for example, I got a straight razor shave the other day, right? You don't want a straight razor shave from Anthony. I'll kill you in the chair. on accident.
That would be
right?
true. I probably shouldn't. Yeah.
It would be like the most recent episode of It's Always Sunny where Frank is picking out his teeth with a screw, right? And then it's like, it gets pretty messy.
Yeah.
That would be me
blood.
with you sitting in a chair with me with a razor. So
all right. Yeah.
if you can't trust me to shave your face safely, I don't think you should trust me to tint your car, wrap your car, or cut anywhere near your car.
Yeah. All right. That makes sense. See, I'd like that. That's fine. That's a good explanation.
Honesty is what that is.
So I decided to just forge ahead.
Okay.
I watched some online tint school videos. I watched about 6 of them.
Yeah. I got it.
On that Saturday.
Yeah.
Learned some of the things. I have purchased a number of tint tools from Tint Supplies Warehouse a couple months ago.
Saw of your things.
And thought, you know what? I finally have all the tools. I watched some videos.
Yeah.
The red truck has 2 windows. Just side windows that needed tinting. The back window was already tinted, which has been quite a luxury.
So,
in that truck.
What kind of tint did you have?
I had some Lumar film.
Never heard of it.
Lumar is a very large company.
Is it?
In the tint world?
Well, I haven't heard of
so
Lumar.
Good tint.
Yeah.
So some Lumar 25% tint. So not very dark,
but pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So I took that and proceeded to spend Saturday evening, because Carly went out with her friends, and I spent Saturday evening after the kids went down tinting the red truck. Now, I sent Nick some photos, and I got my windows done on the red truck.
Yeah.
Passenger window, first I cut the tint, got it all out, got everything, realized it was the wrong side, because there's 2 sides to the tint. There's a backing on one side.
Yeah.
And you always want the backing facing you. Well, I cut the tint to shape and turned out that the backing was on the other side, which meant it now needed to be a passenger window tint.
Yeah.
So put the tint on that side, no problems, in and out. Everything looked great. I was like, wow, that was so easy. I did that in less than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Very proud of myself getting that window tint. Look how bright that truck looks. Got that tint on there, feeling good, feeling powerful. Then I go over, get the driver's side. It took me 5 tries to get the driver's side done.
Okay.
Still didn't get it done by the time midnight rolled around.
Yeah.
I kept cutting wrong. I cut my finger.
Oh my
God. Cut the tint too short in some spots.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of not checking the backing. Like I cut it. I cut the big piece, set it up there, and was like, cool. Didn't check to see what side the backing was on. Cut it all out. Went to peel the back and was like, oh, it's backwards. Dang it.
Yeah.
Can't use this film again. So it was not fun. So frustrating to say the least. But Sunday morning, I took a little break Saturday night, went to bed, watched some Days of Thunder. Then came back Sunday morning, laid that piece of tint, fresh as a daisy, no issues, got it on there. And so slip solution, Richard, I used 4 drops of Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo in 1 liter of water. So quite a bit. I will say, Anthony, the hardest thing is I used a ton of fluid, like a ton of slip solution on everything. Windows, door panel, like
you just give it a wash.
I pumped up my IK and was, and that's a lot of liquid. Yeah. And I feel like you need that much to really make it work. So that was a kind of the hard thing. Is the red truck still considered stolen? Says Alex. Yes, still considered stolen. And Dino asked, so what's the story on the road truck or the red truck? Does it have all the papers now? No, it does not.
Yeah.
Still kind of stuck waiting, and I'm pretty sure that the Department of Transportation is pretty much closed for the next 3 weeks or so.
We're probably going to try to see if we can get that truck into the ether with Dane.
Yeah.
So we're going to park it between a couple of different sandstones and see if that'll suck itself up.
Shouldn't be too hard, hopefully.
There would be nothing more beautiful than seeing that truck in the Northern Lights.
Oh.
Just
cruising across.
Just like a crude cutout of that truck. Just... You know what I mean? Going through the Northern Lights.
Well, at least Dane would have something to ride around in. You know, it's got comfortable seats. Now got tinted windows.
Yeah.
It's a nice little whip.
I think so.
But no, it was great. But Saturday night, so I had the kids, so I took them to Barnes & Noble. We went to Chick-fil-A first for dinner Saturday night. Then they ate their Chick-fil-A in the truck.
Yeah.
Then took him up to Barnes & Noble
Ooh.
for a night of just wandering around looking at books.
Good vibes, right?
Good vibes.
Barnes & Noble
Packed.
over up by the mall?
Packed.
By the mall?
Yes. The only Barnes & Noble.
That's where Carly worked, right, for a while.
Carly managed that one for a number of years.
She did. So that also feels kind of like home to her as well.
Yeah.
And that's where you acquired most of the dings on the Elantra.
That is also the place where, that parking lot is where most of the dings happened. And a good portion of the clear coat failure.
Yeah, that's all right.
But so we went there, me and the kids. They picked out, they each got to pick out something. And this is how we did it. They were owed $5 each for their allowance.
Yeah.
For the week. Or, here's what I threw in. They could forego their allowance and purchase an item of $15 or less.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So, good little choice. Look, I'll give you your $5 allowance if you want it, or skip it, pick up something for $15 or less for free from Dad.
Yeah, I agree.
Augie fought me.
Did he?
He wanted that cold, hard cash in his hand.
Yeah.
Until he realized what it meant.
That money pops.
Right. Then he noticed it and said, I could actually get something. So he ended up, got a little Nutcracker Lego. Hadley got a puzzle book.
Yeah.
We left there.
Yeah.
I said, let's go cruise downtown. We're driving Ragnarok, got the Christmas lights on.
Yeah.
We're listening to a little bit of Wardrunna.
Oh, Viking
music, just cruising around,
Yeah.
me and the kids and Ragnarok. And while we're rolling, we see those mobile bars, like the bicycle bars, 2 of them. My kids go crazy for those. Yeah. They can't wait to they'll go day drinking on those mobile bike bars someday. But they were parking by the Capitol.
Yeah.
So we stopped and parked at the Capitol too because the massive Capitol Christmas tree was there. So I got a couple pictures of the kids in front of the Capitol tree. Looked great. They were really stoked because it was so big. They got to say hi to the people that were riding the bikes. They're the bike bar. They loved it. It was a great night. Then headed back home, put them to bed. That's when I got to work on the tin. Sunday, hung out, chilled out, no big deal all day. I kind of cleaned up the backyard a bit.
Yeah.
It's just such a mess back there. So tried to get as much as I could done just around the house. But my wife, she was pretty proud of me. She saw those windows.
Oh, yeah, I bet she was. She said, hey, how much money can you make?
She said, how much money can you make doing that? And I said, up to $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
And she goes, wow, that's great. So when are you going to start? I said, well, first I have to make an initial investment in some tint because I need options. But it's going to be a new venture for the MOSHQ. It's a little weekend tinting. I already offered my services to Jeff Hennon.
He turned him down.
He was very confused.
Yeah, and he said, I really don't need that, Levi. But
I said, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll let me tint the boat windows.
Yeah, probably.
I could tint those for him. You know.
Do you tint boat windows? Is that
a lot of people tint boat windows, which I don't understand because they don't ever really cover anything.
No, it doesn't cover anything at all.
I thought that was strange. I'd get these boats in and they'd have them tinted like limo tint. And I was like, why is that dark? It's not even covering anything. Maybe it keeps the steering wheel cool. I don't know. But anyway, that was my weekend. Okay. So it was good. It was fun. It was easy, simple. I've got a lot of metal that I need to take this week to the recycler back at Green Bean. So I need to go grab Augie one of these days while he's out of school.
Yeah.
Head over because they're only open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. So, but anyway.
Right on. It sounds like a pretty exciting week.
Pretty easy weekend. So what'd you do?
So we have RSX Freak 79. It says, sup, Levi and Anthony. How was your TRC Christmas party? Get anything good? So we had our White Elephant gift exchange. It was a ton of fun, right? We had some delicious food from Goodwood Barbecue, right? A variety of brisket, pulled pork, chicken. What else was on that list? Cobbler. Yeah. There was mashed potatoes. Oh man, it was amazing.
Macaroni and cheese.
It was a good lunch.
It was a good lunch.
And we did that, and I got a monster truck RC car.
You did,
but it's not the best, right? It was okay.
Augie has that one. He uses it quite often. Bone shaker.
I need more speed on that thing, right? I can't quite climb up the infinity wall in our studio. But I mean, besides that, I scored that. Levi got a game of risk and chance and skill.
Yeah, skill and chance, which Augie was ready to rock and roll for. I got a washer, like a game of cornhole, but with washers.
Yeah.
basically.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Very nice.
And other than that, I mean, like I thought my gift was pretty hilarious. I printed out a picture of me in my prime.
That was a great one.
And signed it.
Yeah.
And
an autographed photo.
An autographed photo, right? In high resolution, right? Not like
nice paper too.
Not like the Facebook quality photo, like high resolution.
Yeah, you put some thought in it.
I also included a Dutch Bros gift card, right, for $20.
So one of our new employees got it, had no idea who you are or what you.
He was very confused.
He was.
He's like, "What is this?"
Well, after the party was over, he left. He left it on the table, and we said, "Oh, that's kind of strange."
He did not think that it was very. He did not think that it was very funny.
Yeah.
But what is this?
Oh,
is this some type of Santa hat? Oh,
for the picture.
Oh, for the picture? What picture?
We're going to set it on top of the picture for Christmas.
Maybe something kind of like where
it's a decoration. Oh, that's covering your face.
That's just covering it. Okay.
Let's leave it.
Anyway, so he ended up winning that. Wasn't a fan. I get it. And from there, that's where I. But that did have it had a $20 gift card on it.
Yeah.
So it was a good deal. So he ended up just keeping the gift card, and he just left behind the photo. So now it sits. We call it the rosary. And we just sit above Glenn's desk because it's funnier that way. Okay, so my weekend. I bid $5 for the Anthony. Can we see 10? Let's go ahead and keep bidding this up. How funny would that be to have an auction, like a Rag Company podcast auction of just all of our old wares, items? So, yeah, I need to, seeing that photo, it brings me an immense amount of joy and sadness at the same time. Going back and looking at this, I think, wow, I looked like that, and now I'm a dad.
Yeah.
All right. When will I ever have time to spend 6 hours in the gym?
Never again. Never again.
A day, right?
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
Yeah. You'll probably, when you get your 40s and you find you'll have a little more time because the kids are a little more portable.
Yeah.
Then you might be able to go but it's going to be harder. It's
Big
be a lot
Steve,
harder.
what happened? I ask myself the same thing, right? How do you go from looking like that to
Dino's offering 10
to this? That is a great question. Okay, so my Friday started out. Katie went to go see Joe Coy. A comedian, right? Mm-hmm. Went down to, I can't think of anything, CenturyLink Arena or something like that. And so went to go see him. So that night, it was actually, Katie's dad was back in town. And so he came over, and Katie's sister came over to kind of hang out with me and the baby. They said, "Hey, Anthony, how about you go do some things you want to do?"
Ooh.
We got her. Okay. So you go, you have anything you want to knock out. So I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So went and changed the CVT fluid, right, on the CRZ, right?
Right.
So I needed to do that. Never changed CVT fluid before, but it's transmission fluid, pretty easy. So I ended up changing that, and then I did some other things kind of around the house. Went and got Katie a couple more presents for under the tree, right? The thing is, I got her a couple cool things, but I needed some more filler.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, right?
You need filler.
You're like, this doesn't feel like enough stuff. So
I needed
some
candy
bars. You need a couple
kind of like this fluff is on the table, right? If this is a present, I needed a bunch of this extra crap here just to kind of make it seem more exciting, right? So went and got her some filler stuff. Okay. Probably still need to get her a little bit more filler stuff if she's watching this, right? Good things, of course. Things that she would want. And
good practical gifts.
It was it was a good evening. It was pretty chill. She ended up getting home and went to bed. So then Saturday, if I am recalling correctly, on Saturday. Oh, let me do. Guys, sometimes we go through so many weekends that I actually have to go back and look
and double check.
I have to double check what I actually did.
I will say that my wife told me not to buy her anything for Christmas.
Oh, really?
And I said, "Oh, okay. Are you sure about that?" She goes, "We're not getting each other anything." Yeah. And I said, "All right." Yeah. And then she said, "I'm sorry, I bought 2 things for you, but they were things you would like." And I said, "Crap, I now have to buy you a couple things."
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on that.
Yeah. Well.
So I had to do a little
shopping for yourself.
Kind of a little quick, I got to find out what I need to get her. So anyway, yeah.
Well, So
I get the
Saturday,
filler part.
I realized what I did on Saturday now. So Saturday was actually a really lazy day, right? To where Katie actually went and ran errands for most of the day. I stayed home with the baby. We watched a lot of TV. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I tried to start watching Succession. It's starting to lose me because it's a little bit too business-like. I don't like things that are that business-like. I need it to be more funny. But I'll give it some more time. See if it grows on me.
You can always switch over to Beforeigners.
Yeah. Well,
keep
and
telling you to
I
watch
also
that.
watched the new Grand Tour episode.
Yeah.
Great.
Watched that with my children.
It was very like old school.
Yeah.
It was very like old school Top Gear.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Grand Tour, like an adventure.
Yeah.
They kind of someone's a little bit lazy.
Yeah. They just stayed. There was probably a pandemic style.
Yeah.
They were kind of stuck.
I know. I would just rather have seen them do, something that didn't involve French cars, because I think they're as bad as they think they are.
I actually think I loved this episode because it was like that old school style.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I loved the horrible French accents they did for
everything.
everything.
Those were great. I'm like, can they do that?
Especially when they're crashing the cars.
Are they not pissing anybody off and doing that?
That was hilarious, though.
But I also want to say, though, Friday, though, I did have Eric come out and knock out some PDR on the CRZ. And he is actually back today to finish out the door.
He's out there right now.
It is absolutely incredible that he was able to remold not only a corridor, but my door as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the door he's finishing up right now, and it is like, I'm
crazy.
I'm
right?
mind blown.
Yeah.
I'm like that. Like, how you said, I want to learn how to, you want to tint better, right? You want to get out of the amateur stage. I would like to get out of the amateur stage of PDR, right?
Right.
Where all I do is I put a little
passion
glue on
is.
and I kind of pound it out a little bit.
Yeah.
I would like to.
My passion's tinting. Your passion is PDR.
Well, no, my passion's not PDR. I just hate dense enough to
quite the shop.
I hate dense enough to where I'm at the point where I'm like, I would like to learn how to just make those better. Right?
Okay.
That's where I'm at. So anyway, back from there. So Eric's knocking that out. He's doing just a phenomenal job. He's finishing it up right now. So Eric at Car Medic, if you're local in Boise, you ever need a dent pulled, a ding pulled, hit up Eric at Car Medic. He's just, dude, he's a freaking wizard, dude. It's insane. So, but back to Saturday, pretty lazy day. Nothing super crazy happened. Finished out that day. And then Sunday morning, right? Woke up bright and early. I said, "Hey, Kitty, nice. I had this baby yesterday.
Yeah,
Dad's going out, right?
Ooh, where did you go? Maybe gonna go to the club. Maybe go get a couple little breakfast mimosas.
No. I went to Heaven on Earth, Levi.
Oh,
Heaven on Earth.
I didn't know they were open yet.
AKA the Junkyard.
Ooh, yeah.
Nothing like waking up, right? Grabbing myself a coffee, right? Coming, from out of my neighborhood, there's a little coffee place.
Right.
Grab myself a nice, 3-shot Americano, right? Nice and warm, right? Bundled up. I said, I'm going to the Garden City Junkyard, right? Go take a walk, right?
Yeah.
No tools.
Sunday
I'm going there.
walk.
I'm going there to peruse.
Scout.
Right? Scout. That's what we actually
reconnaissance.
We literally call it scouting because we have to go there to know something's there before we commit to bringing all the tools and going. So.
Well, when you have VIP passes like us, they roll out the red carpet for you.
Well, we walk in, we flash them the pass, and they say, "Hey, you still have to sign this." And I say, "Oh yeah."
Oh, sorry, let me sign that.
So in
does it need to be legible or just a signature?
In case I step on a rusty nail. But went for a walk. I was in search of some some stuff that's cross compatible with a CRZ. You won't ever see a CRZ in a junkyard. It's not really a common thing. But I did find some Honda Fits there to see if their intake manifold was the correct one for my car.
Okay.
It wasn't. But I spent some time walking around, had chatted up a few strangers that said, "Hey, are you having fun yet?" And I said, "I'm always having fun in the junkyard, right?" And they said, "Yeah, it's a beautiful day, right?" Yep. So, good time. Spent some time doing that, and then after that, went home, and then me and Katie went over to her grandparents' house because we kind of like birthday celebrations for the month, right? So, kind of like we do here
combined.
at work.
Yeah.
But it was Katie's grandma's birthday. It was my birthday on last Thursday. So we went and, ate some food, had a little cake, hung out, talked about the baby. I find that most of the events that we do now with our child usually just revolves around my child. It's my birthday, right?
Nope,
but it's still about the child, right?
Yep.
Which I'm okay. I'm okay with that. It's great. It's so much entertainment.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, had a good time doing that. And then yesterday, right? So I wasn't going to bring this up because it's so frustrating, but I feel like I just have to talk about it and get it off my chest so you guys understand what's going on. So, as you guys know, my motorcycle has been in the shop now for about a month, right?
Yeah.
Dropped it off over at Dennis Dillon, right? RV and Power Sports. My BMW had a bad porous casting, and it was leaking a pin drop of oil, right? But over more and more over time,
Right.
Every time I'd ride the bike, and it was coming out of one of the cylinders. So the good news,
they finished it. They fixed it.
no. So
It's been there a month.
yeah, it's been there a month. And so what happened is I dropped it off. They said they need to contact BMW North America, see if they'll pay for it, right? Because the bike's
warranty.
technically out of warranty, but they'll see if they can warranty it. And they did, right? They said, hey, we're going to cover it. You need to order the parts, right? So Dennis Dillon's been calling me once a week, or I've been calling them. When I don't hear from them, I call them, say, hey, what's going on with my bike? And they said at this point the parts are ordered, but there's no ETA, right? Well, it's been that way for 2 weeks. Parts have been ordered, but there's no ETA. So I'm antsy to get my bike fixed.
Did you order the parts, or did they order the parts?
They order the parts. But I'm antsy to get my bike fixed because I want it back in my possession. I do not like when things I own.
Well, they've kept it in their heated shop, and it's tucked away safely, right?
Well, I don't like when people have things that I own that I'm making payments on.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Especially for a month.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And so this is my favorite part. I'm on the phone with them, and I say, hey, any update? No, sorry, man, no update. Parts are still on order. Okay, cool. Well, how is my bike, right? How's it looking? Is it still looking, pretty? Like, I just want to make sure that, it's in a safe place, and, that it's okay, right? Because I haven't seen it.
Well, they've got that very large shop. It's
been
plenty
over
of
a
room.
month. And he says, oh yeah, no, it's still good, still looks good. I said, cool, right? And I said, just to clarify really quick, so you guys have that in, you have that whole shop, is the bike's in the shop, right?
Right, it's big shop.
And he goes, well, no, it's not in the shop. And there's a pause, and I said, well, where is it? He's like, it's outside. And I said, outside.
Like they pull it in every night, they park it outside every
And
morning.
he says, there's like an awning. It's under the awning outside. And I said, okay. So how long has my bike been out under the awning outside? Oh, well, since you dropped it off. So I said, so wait, hold on. So wait, tell me this for a second. My bike that is essentially brand new, right? That has a problem. No fault of my own, right? And it's a beautiful bike. It's literally brand new. Not a scratch or dent on it. Literally
its whole
hasn't
life.
been outside for probably more than several hours at a time before it's back inside.
Right.
And I said, and my bike's been stored outside with rain, with snow,
We've had quite a bit
and
of
all
snow.
that. And I said, can that rain or snow get to my bike? Well, yeah, if there's maybe just a little wind, it could probably get on it. Yeah. And I said, well, it's 20 degrees. We've dipped down into the low 20s, right? Yeah. And it's been sitting out there. And he's like, yeah. So I said, okay, that really frustrates me, right? I said, to be honest, that effing sucks, right? To him. And he's like, I understand. And I said, okay, is there a battery tender on it? And he says, well, no. So you're telling me it's been sitting out for a month,
in the cold.
20 degree weather, without a battery tender on it. You think that battery's still going to fire right up? You think it's still going to be a good battery? And he didn't really say anything, but I was trying not to I was trying not to lose it because I wouldn't like any of my stuff being stored outside, right? Let alone my bike that, again, is really nice. And it's too nice for it to sit out there like that. And I know some people might think I'm being a little diva-like, right? But
no, but you gotta think about it. You dropped off. This isn't a car.
Yeah.
But if it was a car,
if it was a car that would be different.
But regardless, if we took the year and the mileage of your motorcycle and put it towards a car, say a very special type of car, and you took it to a mechanic or a dealership and said, "This is broken. I need this fixed," and they just parked it outside in the parking lot and didn't care for it because of the value of the vehicle.
Yeah.
I could see being upset. Same for a motorcycle. You've got a motorcycle that's in really, really good condition because of the way you take care of it, the way it was cared for prior to you getting it, and it is sitting outside, and it's in those temperatures.
Yeah.
And there are things that happen to the leather seat, to the paintwork,
Plastic
to
clips,
the plastics,
everything
to
is
the clips.
yeah.
Everything goes through a little more excessive life.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's outside like that.
And it's like, dude, I don't know. It's frustrating because I said when I dropped it off, I said, "Hi, would you like me to drop off the bike so you guys can diagnose it, and then can I come pick it up?" Right? And they said, "Well, we really don't like when people pick them up because in case BMW asks for more photos, we want to have the bike on hand to be able to, give them the photos and all that." Right? Well, all that's been done, which took 2.5 weeks. Right?
But it's also sitting outside.
But then I also
said, if it was inside.
But I also said, "Hey." Like, I told them I don't want my bike sitting. I said, you let me know. I will come pick my bike up because I don't want it sitting. Yeah, no. It shouldn't take that long. It shouldn't take that long, right? Well, that was 2.5 weeks ago. So at this point, I'm really frustrated. I told him, "Hi, I'm going to come pick up my bike tomorrow. Is it run?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, it totally runs. We haven't torn into it yet." Okay. So I'm going to come pick it up, right? I probably need them to jump start it, which sucks because, again, I think that battery's probably toast because the battery's already tired. It's from 2017. It's already tired. Now it's definitely dead.
Yeah.
And so I need to figure that out. I need to go get it back in my hands. I need to wash it. I need to look at it. But the problem is I'm at that point now to where if there's something wrong with it, right, like even visually, that bike will nickel and dime me because I'm that crazy because I know that I'm going to see a scratch on the tank. I'm going to see something wrong with it. Maybe something, right? And I'm going to say, okay, that's bothering me enough to where I have to fix it. I don't know how to act towards them because I've never been in this situation before, but all I know is I get mad because I would never do this to somebody else.
Correct.
And I wish they would have given me the courtesy of called me, "Hey, dude, we got your part on order. It's probably going to take several weeks. Do you want to come pick up your bike?"
Do you want to come pick it up? Because we got to park it outside.
Yeah.
We don't have room.
And I would have been like, yes. I would have been like, wait, I'll come right now. Let me come get my bike, right? But no, they didn't give me the courtesy call. Now it's been sitting outside for an entire month. So I'm kind of mad. So I want to go get it today.
Because that's one thing that, honestly, I know everybody wants to keep this shop clean and carefree and simple. But that's something that if you said, "Hey, look, they might call at any time.
Yeah.
I need to be able to take my bike back up there. Instead of riding home, I'm just going to leave the bike here in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
At least here it can stay. Then if they call and say, "Hey, parts came in and it's 10 a.m., I can get a ride and we can head over and drop the bike off and come back. I don't have to worry.
Yeah.
I still have my car here. I could still go in back, but it's at least ready for transport.
Yeah.
And it's inside, climate controlled, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but it's like there's so many like new things I put on that bike where I'm like, dude, I put a brand new LED kit.
Yeah.
That's really not meant to be out in weather. It's not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, bikes are. Let me be very
we got
clear.
Snow coming this weekend.
Bikes are weather resistant, right? All motorcycles are weather resistant, especially modern day motorcycles, right? People freak out about getting bikes wet. Bikes can get wet. That's a thing that can happen. It's more or less freezing temperatures and high temperatures, right? So that's the areas that you kind of have to worry about because in freezing temperatures, you have electrical components, you have your batteries, you have things like that, right? And you have frost getting on areas maybe that you don't want frost getting on because frost forms in all areas, not just on surfaces sometimes. They can get everywhere, right? Whereas in high heat situations, you're working with the sun melting things, the sun damaging things, UV breakdown, all of that. So I guess in an ideal scenario, I'd rather have my vehicle stored in the cold rather than in direct sunlight in the heat because it's going to do more damage over time. But I'm just also just like, dang, that just sucks because of course if the battery's dead, you have to remove half that bike to get to the battery because it's a stupid BMW. But I'm at the point now where if I get it back and there's things wrong with it or it's not the way I dropped it off, I don't want to say go above and say I would sell it, but I don't have the mental capacity to worry about that, and I don't want to stress out about it and let something get to me that much, so I probably would sell it.
Yeah.
Which is stupid, right? Because you'd be like, but you're selling it over some small things like that. Well, it wasn't like that, and now I'm going to nickel and dime myself trying to fix everything because I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So I am crazy, people. It's frustrating. If people weren't aware, I am a complete psychopath. When it
ruins your day when you get into this. You can't think about anything else.
I wish, until I see my daughter's face, and then I realize that nothing else matters in life.
Right.
But so sometimes I just have to pull up a picture and look at her and be like, okay, that's the only important.
I like that you now have that.
Yeah.
To
so that
reset.
Is nice.
That's kind of nice.
So
speaking of your daughter's face.
Yes.
Friday night, I forgot to tell you, I took the family.
To see my dog?
No, I took the family to dinner.
Yeah.
Out for dinner, Anthony. It's going to be an amazing experience when you and your wife and daughter can be able to do that, where you guys go out as a family.
Something fun, right?
Something fun, something nice. I called my wife on Friday night.
Throw on a flannel, get ready.
I said, we should go out to dinner tonight.
Yeah.
When I was leaving here. And she goes, well, what were you thinking? And I said, I was thinking Cracker Barrel.
Oh, man.
And she goes, that's a great idea. She goes, maybe you could just take the kids.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I want you to go because I'm going to have the kids tomorrow night for dinner by myself. So why can't I take you with us? She's like, you're right. I want to go.
Yeah.
And I get it. She was tired. She was stressed with the kids. She wanted a break.
Yeah.
But what better way? Take Friday night, head over to the Cracker Barrel, the old-time country store.
Yeah. It's like walking into another home that you
well, that is famously where I proposed to my wife.
Yeah.
That's where I asked for her hand in marriage in the parking lot of that very same Cracker Barrel.
Beautiful
Truly
place.
A magical place.
It is. It's unfortunate that Dane gives it such a hard time because considering
that's where dreams can happen.
That's where dreams can happen. That's one of the few places in town where you can buy Razzles. You can buy
Razzles. You can get various types of cast iron cookware. Farm goods. But no, we went, had dinner. They've changed some things, Anthony. Changed some things.
Okay.
They changed the menu.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, they've kind of changed the way they distribute the food.
Oh.
I feel like I got less food this time.
Okay.
Than normal. To the point that I ate, normally I can eat my plate and I can maybe eat a little bit of my kids' plates. But this time I basically ate all of my plate and then almost all of Augie's plate and almost all of Hadley's and Carly's.
Yeah.
It's very strange. I felt like there wasn't enough food. Also, remember when they bring out the bread?
Yeah.
The biscuits, the cornbread?
Yeah.
They only brought out one biscuit and one cornbread. For me, that was it.
It's tough.
And I said, this is strange. I don't know if I like this. However, we played the old game, the kids.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Augie, knocking down 2s and 3s left and right.
Yeah.
Me and Carly, so rusty. 5, 6s left in the pins, not doing very well. It was very hard for us. But anyway, it was a nice little evening with the family.
Yeah.
We had our dinner. It was delicious. The kids were great, well behaved.
Yeah.
And then headed back home for a nice little rest and relaxation. But I just forgot to tell. We went to the Cracker Barrel Friday night. It was a fun time.
That is a fun
I just can't
time.
wait for you to be able to do that. And you can take you and the wife and the daughter, and you guys just get a nice spot in the corner, maybe near the fire.
Next to the fire,
when it's roaring.
Well, I get my trout, right?
Yeah,
you can get my rainbow trout. I get my cornbread. I get a little bit of mashed potatoes on the side of that, right? God, life's good.
On the way out, pick up some Razzles.
I like all these things. Now, I also saw the new Spider-Man. Right? I'm not gonna. I literally. The thing is about the new Spider. You can't even talk about the new Spider-Man.
No, you can't.
There's too much to ruin. So.
But you went and saw it.
Went and saw it. It was a great time.
It's getting a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, it's pretty good. Like, it's everything that everybody wanted.
Nice.
I'll leave it at that. I can't say anymore. But a good time. RSX Freak says, would have given you an even 6K for that. I could have made that happen there, Gabe. I could have made that happen gladly. If the offer still stands, I'll ship this to you.
Another $500.
Yeah, another $500 will get me started on that CRZ project, right? I just start auctioning photos of myself. I'm like, guys, support my builds by buying what I once looked like. I can even. Nick says I should start an OnlyFans, right?
Just old photos.
It's just old. It's just OnlyFans. It's only photos, but of old times, right?
Yeah.
I can even send that.
Kirby Thompson.
Kirby Thompson says, "What are Razzles? Razzles are the candy that turns into gum. It's amazing. It is gum, but it starts in candy form and then turns into gum. That doesn't last long." But it is the experience of biting into a piece of candy, having it disintegrate into your mouth into a bunch of particles, and reforming itself, and rebirthing itself into a piece of gum. Razzles are probably one of my favorite things. There was sour Razzles for a while that I don't think you can find anymore. But it's an experience. My mouth's watering just thinking about just how good those are. But the other thing I was going to talk about. So did you... before, I mean, because we're coming up here on the end of the show, I just want to ask, this is completely random and out of left field.
Yeah.
Right. When I was a kid, I was a latchkey kid. Mm-hmm. Do you know what latchkey is?
Yeah, it means that the key's there, your parents are both working, and you come home by yourself.
No.
You unlock the door by yourself, and all of a sudden you get to watch TV, whatever you want to do, because your parents aren't there.
No.
That's the definition of latchkey.
So yes, kind of, but not really. So what this latchkey situation was in California was both my parents were working.
Right.
School would end at 3 o'clock.
Right. And you would go home
and
by
then,
yourself.
And then I would go into one of the side buildings of our elementary school, right, for several hours, 2 hours.
Oh, like an after-school program.
It's an after-school program, but they call it latchkey. And it would be me and a couple other kids, right? They'd have a little bit of snacks, right? Mm-hmm. We'd work on homework. Mm-hmm. And then play kickball. But really, it was spending another 2 hours at school every single day.
Yeah.
Not fun, but I did it, right, for many, many years, right?
Yeah.
During the summers, my mom would drop me off at summer
day camp kind of things.
Daycare, right?
Yeah.
And this summer daycare was at a completely different school where we went over, but it was next to a park. Now, these memories that I have, not necessarily good memories, not necessarily bad memories.
Did you ever have to fight for dominance?
So I never had to fight for dominance.
Assert your dominance
but
in any
I
way
will
over these
say
other children?
It was tough because most of the kids that were part of these programs, right, were a little rough around the edges, right?
Yeah.
I was a nice boy with glasses, that would, show up and say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Right.
What do you guys want to do today? And they're like, "Shut up, kid," right? Because they would throw you in different age groups.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things to do was go to the park next door, right? That we'd do like a little day field trip where we would walk from the daycare area to the park, right? And that park had its own, it was open on Saturdays as they'd open the doors of this thing and you could get snacks at the park. They had vending machines.
Little shack.
Like a shack. Think of like the village, right?
Shack.
Like a snack shack. Like, at the village, they have that park back there that has like a little snack shack that kind of opens up. It was something like that. What they did is they brought out these boards, right? It was
charcuterie boards.
Not charcuterie boards. No. So what this was, and I don't know what it's called. I need help trying to figure out what this game is. They'd bring out this game. It would be on boards, right?
Cornhole.
No. It was like a game of pool, right?
Snooker.
No. Oh. So think of you're playing you have a stick, you have a dowel, right? Mm-hmm. And you
shuffleboard.
Had a board, right? That had like a maze that this little type of
snooker.
No, I don't know.
Like a billiard ball.
No, it's not a ball. It was like a little think of like a pop cap type of piece of wood. Okay. It was like a flat little piece of wood, like a pog, right? And you would shoot with the dowel this pog through a maze and bounce it off of certain walls to get into areas that would score you points. Does that sound like a homemade game, or is that really a game that people played?
That sounds like a game people used to play, very similar to snooker.
I just don't know what the heck it was called. All I called it was the stick with the dowel game, where you take a dowel and you
hit a hockey puck
and you hit a little puck through these little areas to score points. Huh. And once you get to the finish line,
I don't know what that is. I don't either. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it's called, and I don't know if it was just a game that was at that park. Right, this is one of those situations where it's like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia situation where Charlie's trying to explain a story that people played, like the Nightman or things like that, and people are like, Charlie, that wasn't normal. Kids didn't actually play
Kids
that.
Didn't actually do that.
I don't know if that's me right now explaining this story.
It sounds real. It sounds like it's a real thing that people do.
It's a wood board, right? Yeah. That has different pieces of wood around it that this
Have you ever tried searching on the various World Wide Web entities using that search?
Exact game with dowel and puck on a board on wood? No, it didn't.
You go, hey Siri, what's the name of that board game in which I use a dowel that hits into a maze and a wood puck?
With all-knowing skills and say, hey, it's called this. Huh. But he hasn't. So
very strange. Yeah, anyway, maybe anybody can jump in. But point is, guys, this is a very simple, easy, light podcast today because it's just us, just hanging out.
Honestly, not much changed except for Dane's weekend.
Yeah.
And we already know what Dane did this weekend.
Yeah,
he's packing.
And
he's sick.
Packing.
So, all in all, guys, we're looking forward to a great rest of the week, and this is, again, we have one more podcast going out, so this isn't goodbye for the holiday. We will be here, and if you guys have any questions, concerns, anything like that before Christmas, right, reach out to us, but we hope everybody has a safe holiday regardless if you don't catch us here on the live Thursday, but we do have a big treat coming for you.
That's right.
Thursday will be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a good show.
And we're really excited. So, Levi, I'll have you take it away.
Oh, well, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you do like Dane says and hit that subscribed button. Subscribe to the Rag Company podcast, the Rag Company FAQ channel, and the Rag Company on YouTube. That way you're always notified. You can hit that bell, get notifications. My phone's talking to myself. Anyway, that way you can get everything that you need all in one place, and you can... okay, thanks, Siri. She's talking too. But that way... You've got everything ready to go. You can stay up to date in all the things that we're doing. As always, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.